The last 2 fall races here, the winner of this race has gone on to win the championship. Obviously, it was Jimmie Johnson in 2007 and 2008. Can he make it 3 years in a row as far as winning at Pheonix and winning a title? He is just 3.5 laps away.
Jimmie's been able to stretch his lead back out over Jeff Burton to about 1.3 seconds. Jeff still running strong, but just not enough to catch him.
Well, you got to give that guy right there a lot of credit for this too. Rallied his team after last week and having so many problems. They came here and they've been the car to beat all day long.
Guy's all business all the time, isn't he, Andy?
He is, man. He is taking care of details, and nothing goes undone.
Goes back at night, watches the practice shows, watches the qualifying. Anything that's on television, he watches here, watches every single lap on the racetrack, not just for his car, but for any other car, to see if he can get an idea of something to do to this 48 to make it better.
Man, as a driver, oh, that's a dream come true. You have somebody that dedicated, and all of you crew chiefs, Andy, when you won championships, that's the way that you were too.
Down and focus, bud. Eyes forward. Doing great.
Here in the Valley of the Sun, Pheonix International Raceway. They call this track the Jewel of the Desert. We told you this weekend was about a duel in the desert. Could Jimmie Johnson bounce back from disappointment in Texas? And Johnson, what a performance. The 3-time and defending NASCAR Sprint Cup champion gets it done and wins the 3rd year in a row here at Pheonix.
Jeff Burton gets that 2nd place finish.
Mark Martin will finish in 4th position.
See 7th spot for Boyer for another RCR. Good finish.
Save me some of that champagne, boys.
I'd say Jimmie Johnson.
Proud of all of you, Jimmie. Fantastic job today, man. Great effort. Absolutely, boys. Thank you. Exactly what we needed.
Steve adjusted that brake by so we can do some burnouts there, but you saw Rick Hendrick talking a moment ago, and you talk about a car owner that absolutely lives and breathes this sport. There is Rick Hendrick, and he is
great job, Jimmie. Chad, great job.
He could pick up his 9th Sprint Cup championship next week at Homestead if Jimmie can pull it off.
I say Jimmie and them came here to points race, didn't they? Get all they
yeah, they got them all.
These fans here are loving this.
You don't think these fans appreciate what this driver is about and what this team is about? And when you beat Mark Martin and Jeff Gordon and these guys in this field the way they have done it, it is impressive. Let's go down and visit with the man who made the calls all day, Chad Canals.
His driver, Jimmie Johnson, just pulled up here and did a big burnout right in front of them. So all the smoke is coming in here now. Chad, after last week, that crash, everything you guys went through, the big ding in the points, how important was it for you guys to come back and dominate like you did today?
Well, you know, we set out to do that every week, obviously, but, you know, we wanted to come to Pheonix and have a solid run, keep the 5 in our sights, and we're able to stay just ahead of them a little bit all day today, and that's really what we needed to do, and obviously momentum is always a good thing to have on your side, and they tried to knock a little bit of the wind out of our sails last week, and hopefully we can go to Homestead and do what we need to with this low Chevrolet. I just couldn't be prouder of this team. You know, these guys don't give up. I think the effort that they showed last week trying to fix that race car to get all those points they could was just fantastic, and it's just it's a great feeling to be a part of this organization, this team.
108-point advantage as you go into Homestead now. What is the mindset, Chad? You guys have been in this situation the last 3 years. How does this one compare?
I don't know. We just won the race. I can't even tell you right now. Right now I just want to get back and get on the plane and try to set everything up and look and see where we're at. You know, we work awfully hard to try to get to this point in the season. You just got to take it one day at a time. Obviously, we'd love to go to Homestead and try to win that race, and we'll just see how it all shakes out.
We only have 7 more days to think about it, Chad. Congratulations, guys.
Standing by with the man who runs the show at Hendrick Motorsports. We're going to give you that title. How about that? He's smiling from ear to ear after Jimmie Johnson's performance today. What do you think when you see what you've would you put together in regards to these teams and the performance that they deliver week in, week out, Rick?
Well, it's been, we're just thankful that they're this competitive, and it's kind of tough to watch them race each other, but that's what we started out to do the first of the year. And boy, congratulations to Jimmie, Chad, and Lowe's, and then Mark to come home fourth, for CarQuest and Kellogg's. And these guys have worked all year sharing information. Then we go to Texas and Jimmie Rex, and we've got all the guys from all the teams working on the cars. And everyone asked me this morning, why would the 48, why would the 24 and the 5 try to help the 48? And I said, that's what got us here. These guys know that. And I'm just real proud of them. We just got one more to go now.
And Rick Hendrick, Doc said, boy, I'm glad we don't have to race against that 48. He sure is good, isn't he?
Oh, he is unbelievable. And what an unbelievable owner they've had. Rick Hendrick talking about teamwork. That is the epitome of how to do it the right way. Teams working together. Well, next week, folks, at Homestead, Jimmie Johnson, there it is, needs to finish 25th or better to clinch the championship and make NASCAR history, becoming the first driver to ever win 4 consecutive Sprint Cup titles.
Well, he can go to Homestead next week with a little cushion. It's not a given that he's going to take it. 25th is really no problem for this team. They don't have any issues, but we saw that happen last week, so they know that, and they'll go down there prepared for it.
But right now, all he's thinking about is getting out of here and celebrating an incredible comeback from the disappointment of a week ago. Let's go down to victory lane and Dave Burns.
Jimmie started the weekend by telling anyone who would listen, after Texas last week, I don't think lightning can strike twice. At least I certainly hope not. But I'll tell you what did strike here for a third time was a winner in the fall race at Pheonix. Yeah, thanks. We appreciate that. Wow, 3 in a row here in the fall when it counts the most, Jimmie.
Thankfully, yeah. Man, what a great car. What a great race team. We could have easily been beat down, and certainly there were some dark moments over the last week worrying about the points lead and what we lost. But these guys to bounce back, we've always been good at it, and to come and bounce back, qualify strong, run well in practice, great stops all day long, dominate this race says a lot. So very proud of these guys. We obviously have one more race to go. We saw in Texas anything can happen, so we don't need to get too excited about things, but 1-0 something is better than 73, so I'm very excited about it, and I hope all the employee owners at Lowe's are excited. All the 48 fans and everybody at store 2852. It's good stuff.
What was the feeling today after the first pit stop? You got the impounded tires off the car, you made some adjustments, and then the thing hooked up. What was the feeling?
It was good, man. That first run, the car was real loose, and then after that, the car was pretty dang good. And the 2 was really strong, which I expected to see, the 11. And I thought I was falling off, and they were going to come get me at some point, but their cars fell off more, and off we went. So just an awesome performance. I think everybody at Hendrick Motorsports, engine shop, chassis, bodies, this entire 48 race team, everybody at Lowe's.
Were you sensing, though, what we were thinking? If he can do this, it's going to look awfully good in Homestead.
I knew Mark was having a good day. I could see him coming up through the back at the start. And I just really tried to ignore what he was doing because he's Mark Martin, and I know he and that team are going to finish well. And I just had to get all I could and lead as many laps as possible, try to win the race, and just do everything I could on my end, and I did.
Okay, obviously Mark needs to do what he needs to do next week. If he does everything, you still can finish 25th or better, and you'll be the champion. What do you think of that?
That's a great position to be in. We finished 38th last week, so I can't put my guard down. Anything and everything that could go wrong last week did, and going into this next week, we just need to show up and race smart and do our thing.
But seriously, I'm trying to figure out now, 25th or better, can you I know you try to win every week, but can you play it safe at all, or can you go for it all the way and do what you did here?
Truthfully, I feel that my 12th place qualifying effort in Texas put me in harm's way. And I was just trying to drive a smart lap in qualifying and not do anything stupid, and that put me in harm's way. So going into the race next weekend, everything, I need to show up Friday ready to set on the pole, and then go from there and run up front. The safest place is up front, top 2 or 3, and if we can stay there, we'll be in good shape.
All right, Jimmie Johnson, a win today, making the road to Homestead pretty straight and pretty short at this point toward the championship. Doc?
Big hug from car owner Rick Hendrick, and Rick look at him square in the eye, telling him how much he appreciates what he has done for this whole organization, both on and off the racetrack.